Chapter 22, Guru Nath's Advent at Gangapur. From this chapter onwards begins the glorious saga of Gangapur. It begins with the narrative of Guru Nath making the old dry buffalo yielding milk copiously and thus relieving the poverty of a Brahmin couple of Gangapur. Implicit obedience to the Guru and unquestioning faith in his words are needed both in worldly matters as well as in spiritual sadhana. There is nothing that cannot be achieved. Sraddhaavaan Iabhate Jnanam, says the Bhagwad Gita. Oh my God, that is a very powerful lesson and the most important lesson on the path of spiritual. And if you want to attain your spiritual will, this is the most important thing. Obedience to the words of the Guru and absolute faith. And most important, spiritual sadhana. As you have to evolve on the spiritual sadhana, implicit faith, complete surrender is the most important requirement and discipline. Okay, so let us learn what is Narasimha Saraswati now going to teach us and once he is now in Gangapur. Very good morning. Jai Shri Krishna Guru. Thank you for joining Sri Guru Charitra Parayan. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswataya Namaha, Om Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Guru Charitra Parayan. Namdarak told Siddhamuni that his listening to the sacred Guru Charitra had very much awakened his spiritual yearning and had illumined many higher and spiritual truths for him. He vociferously expressed his gratitude to Siddhamuni. He said he was keen to know about Guru Nath's stay and Leelas at Gangapur. Siddhamuni resumed the narrative. See, this is very important. When you evolve or when you have to evolve on the path of spiritual, you have to first listen to the Leelas of the Gurus, the great saints, the masters, different sages. You need to learn about them. What did they do? How did they live? What are the things they underwent? How did they do their spiritual sadhana? And that is the reason why my Krishna Guruji, when anybody comes to him, he will tell them, just learn these scriptures like Sai Baba's Poti or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Ji's Gospel of Truth or Ramana Maharishi's life story or Tukaram, Mirabai, all these. He'll just say, read it as a story book, because first it is important for our simple mind to understand the basic essence of spiritual truth. And only then slowly can you evolve. What is Nandarak also telling Siddhamuni here? He's telling that listening to the sacred Guru Charitra had very much awakened his spiritual yearning and had illumined many higher and spiritual truths for him. So when you listen, it awakens you from within, and slowly, gradually, you will evolve. So it will open up truths for you. You will get that little understanding. So you have to continue studying. An example, right? My Krishna Guruji will always say to us that it's not just enough listening to the satsangs, but also you must make it a point every day. You at least 1 page or 2 page maximum. Any scripture, it like I just mentioned, you can take Sai Baba's Poti or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Ji's Gospel of Truth and just read 2 pages from that. And that, when you read, what happens is your quest will happen. You will start questioning. Your own contemplation will happen and you'll go deeper into the spiritual awakening within yourself. So it is very important for you to study the scriptures. When we say scriptures, it doesn't have to be something very tough. Very profound. That is why he says just storybooks of any life stories of the saints and the sages. That is all you need to study. And when you do that, that itself becomes a sadhana, that is a practice on evolving on the path of spirituality. So, let us begin the story. Sri Narasimha Saraswati made Gangapur more or less his permanent abode. See, the great masters travel all over the place and they stay in different locations for a period of time, and we don't know why that is and how that is and why they decide unto a particular place. That also we have no idea. That is beyond our human minds ken and understanding. So we can't even question why. These whys and wherefores are never known by us. But they make certain places, whether they stay there for a period of time, it could be 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 12 years, like Narasimha Saraswati lived in Narsobachawadi for 12 years under the Audumbar tree in the invisible form. He was incognito over there, okay? He now has made Gangapur as his permanent abode until the body exists. He is going to live in Gangapur, and finally from there he is going to leave the mortal body and go back into his unmanifest world. After coming from, that's what Sri Narasimha Saraswati made Gangapur more or less his permanent abode after coming from Amrapur, which is known to be as Narsobachawadi. He lived there in his visible form continuously for 24 years. So for the rest of the life, that is his mortal, the manifested life in this world, he lived there for 24 years, which means he was just right there 24/7. In the beginning, however, he did not allow himself to be seen by many and rather lived more in seclusion. Most of the time, he used to remain at the Bhima Amraja Sangam. However, as days passed on, he chose to allow himself to be seen by more and more people. See, everything again, there is a specific time, there is a specific moment, there's specific reason when the gurus allow people to come and meet them, when they will not. So there are certain ways. So here in the beginning, he lived in seclusion. He did not allow people to come and meet him. But over a period of time, he chose to allow people to come and meet him. At Gangapur, there lived a poor Brahmin couple. The Brahmin used to eke out his livelihood by seeking alms in the village. He had one buffalo, which was very old and had gone dry long back. He was, however, keeping the buffalo because some grocers used to hire it for carrying salt bags and thus used the buffalo to fetch the Brahmin a little money now and then. One day, Guru Nath came to the house of the Brahmin asking for bhiksha. At the time, the Brahmin was away. Having gone out for alms into the town, the Brahmin's wife welcomed Guru Nath and requested him to wait for the bhiksha till her husband returned home with alms. But Guru Nath told her that he would not be able to wait that long. He said that a little milk would do for him for bhiksha. The woman said she was very sorry that there was no milk at all in the house. Guru Nath, then pointing to the buffalo in the yard, said, "You have a buffalo there. How then do you say there is no milk in the house?" The woman said the buffalo had been dry since many years now, and it was kept by them because they got a little money from it now and then when people took it on hire for carrying salt bags. Guru Nath said, "I can't believe it. I would like you to milk it and show me whether it is really dry." The woman, as the guest was insisting, took a small tumbler, went near the buffalo and started to milk it. Lo, milk was flowing out from the udders of the buffalo profusely. The tumbler was too small and she had to fetch bigger vessels from the house to collect the milk. The woman could not believe it at all. She was overjoyed and fell at Guru Nath's feet, pouring out her gratitude for relieving their poverty by making the buffalo wet. She gave the milk as bhiksha to Guru Nath. What does this mean? Oh my God, this is a very, very important and a powerful lesson. Let us understand what does it mean. See, the most important here is the faith in the words of the Guru. See, you need to understand the Guru is an unmanifest being. He is a Tattva, he is a principle, he is the Brahman itself. He is the divine Lord Almighty. And please remember, the Maya is adheen to the Guru, and he has control over all the elements. He is beyond the three gunas. That is why we say he is Trigunathmak, one who has transcended the three gunas, and he is beyond the delusions of Maya. So he is the Lord Almighty himself. And it is said that it is not the universe was created and then the sound came in. It is the words of the divine Lord Almighty makes the object manifest. So what is this here? It is absolute faith, that implicit faith in the words of your Guru. See, what does your Guru do? See, he's two things, right? He's the master of both the material and the spiritual world. Because this world is manifestation from the divine Lord Almighty. So he's the master of this entire universe. So what does the Guru do? The Guru, removes your imperfection in the material world. He removes your imperfection in the material world, the imperfect knowledge. He removes all your imperfections. And in the spiritual, he perfects your spiritual knowledge. So this is what you need to understand. The reason why the Gurus teach certain things, the do's and the don'ts in the material world and in the spiritual world, because they are the only ones who understand this entire universe. They are master of both the worlds, rather all the worlds. It is beyond our human, minds, ken and understanding. So the divine Lord Almighty, rather the Gurus, are the perfect being. They are the perfection of all the worlds. They know the truth. So what do? They remove they perfect your spiritual understanding in the spiritual world, and in the material world they remove your imperfections. So it is important for you to listen to your Guru. See, the Guru is going to teach you in very different manner. He might sometimes just tell you in a jest. He will say it in a funny manner. He will say it in a subtle, he sometimes will just drop a line. We cannot discount anything the master says. See, because we think we are having a normal human conversation. But when you're speaking with the Guru, there is no human conversation. You need to understand this truth. And this is one of the natures of the Guru. What is his Charitra? His Charitra is, he's teaching you 24/7, whether it is in jest, whether it is jokingly, whether it is in humorous manner, whether it is in anger, or whether he's lovingly telling you, or whether he's just having a very casual conversation, or when he's even actually teaching you. All this are his various ways and methods of imparting that knowledge. The Guru is doing nothing else but teaching you 24/7. This is the truth you need to understand, the nature of a Guru. See, what happens is when people come and meet the Gurus initially, and this has happened to me as well, everybody, we all go through that process because we don't understand in the beginning, because we are covered with the ignorance. But as you evolve, you need to realize by then that every word from the Guru's mouth is gospel truth. He is not just wasting his time like us. My Guruji will always say, you people will not value the time, but for me time is most important, because time is Lord Almighty himself. The essence, Kal is the divine. He is the divine being. So we have to respect time. And one of the things we don't realize in our world is we don't respect time. And that's especially a big problem with me. My mind, this is something you have to overcome. This is a spiritual process, and it takes it's a long drawn process. You have to do your sadhana, you have to overcome it. And it takes a lot of effort to overcome. And then once you practice over a period of time, it becomes effortless. So how does it work? That happens when you put your effort. Yes, an example, this morning I didn't wake up at 4:10, whatever my timing is. I woke up 1 hour later. But what will the mind tell me immediately? Oh, you're very tired, you're working late night. Now you don't get up, you don't have to go for walk. But you know what? It is for me to put that effort and go for my walk. I have to go. I have to make it a point that I have to wake up. So that is when I will be able to overcome, that inertia, lethargy, and make myself disciplined. That is when I will be able to control my mind. Today, what is happening? My mind is trying to control me. And the more I try to control my mind, the more stronger it becomes. And that is when I have to put extraordinary effort. The knowledge is imparted to me. I have the knowledge. What is missing? It is about the self-effort. See, nobody can walk the path for me. I have to discipline myself. I have to do it for my own self. It is through my willpower. Why do we say will? The will is of the divine Lord, but the power is vested within us. So use that will and the power, the God-given power, that is your capabilities, that is your potentials which is there within you. The divine power is there within you. Use that and empower the divinity within you. Why am I succumbing to my mind? That is the most important thing. See, we all have to go through that process. The process is not over a day or a year or few years. It is throughout your lifetimes. But this human birth, whatever the remaining, I don't know how many years am I going to live, maybe 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, God knows. When that number of years that is there, I have to perfect becoming spiritually perfect. That perfection is not achievable, please remember, because that spirituality itself is a athanga sagar. It's a limitless ocean. So you have to keep going ahead. You have to only progress. There is no looking back. There is no stopping. When you stop, then that's it. You're saying, okay, this is it, and now I'm not going to grow. So that means you have stopped your learning right there, which means you have to continue in your next life. Why do we have to give that next life a chance? Why can't we become that enlightened being? Why can't we attain the God realization in this very life of ours? So which means we have to put our effort. So it goes for everybody. So everybody's level. So today I am in a different level, and at that level I have to put more effort in my own capacity for me to discipline, for me to overcome my current challenges. So doesn't mean that somebody is in some, we are not here to compare. Everybody has their own challenge which they will have to overcome. There are your tendencies, your nature, your mind. What I face not necessarily is what you're going to face. So we all have to overcome that which is this bodily issues. The body has its prarabdha karma, it has its certain nature, tendencies. That is what you have to overcome. So you're using this body as a vehicle for God realization. So you have to make it pure. You have to make it a perfect tool so that the divine can manifest within you. Imagine if there is, one drop of poison in Ganga, would you want to drink that Ganga? It becomes completely poisoned, right? So likewise, the heart cannot have that even a little, muck. It has to be purified 100%. That is why it's a process. It's a continuous process. It's not overnight you can achieve, but you have to keep at it continuously, and you cannot rest. You cannot stop. The moment you relax, what happens? That's it. The mind comes and then you're gone. And this is, the mind is very, good. The Mahishasur, he's the demon who's ruling you. He'll make the mind itself become Mahishasur, and he rules. He makes tamas very predominant in you. Then what happens? Inertia, lethargy. And the challenge that I face is, okay, my Guruji will say, you need extension of time in everything, which means I'll say, can I just take an additional 10 minutes, the 10 minutes. That is what is my problem, because I should not take that extension. The moment you start extending, then your mind starts relaxing more and more. So don't allow that mind to relax. So these are the things you have to put your self-effort. So each one of us have our own difficulties and we have to work hard. So coming back here, the master's word, the faith, his word creates the object. I'll give you a very beautiful experience from my own life, which happened with me. Maybe I have narrated this story, but I can't remember. This was many years ago. I quit a company and I was joining a new organization. And they do before you join the company, they'll do all your background verifications. And at that time, once, some way back, I was in anger. What I did was, there was a document, there was all my many years of work, all those files which I had worked on, I had stored in a drive. And what I did is I had copied all that, I'd taken a backup and it was in my drive. And in anger, I deleted that entire backup. I completely wiped it out. And I'll tell you, I still remember, not only just from my drive, on my computer, I ensured that that whole, whatever I had deleted, it's also emptied from the recycle bin, which means it is out of system. No way I can get back those documents. I had done it, okay, with full, conscious, in full conscious. I said, I don't want any, I just don't want any of those work that I had done. I don't want even to keep an identity or whatever, a copy of it with me. In that anger, you have done that. And then during that verification process, I was asked for one IT written, document, which I had filed in India. This was when I was in Singapore. They said, we need that document of yours because we need that as a proof. And I'm like, oh my God, where am I going to get that? I deleted my entire folder in anger. Now, what am I supposed to do? See, this is what happens when the anger comes in, you cannot logically reason out. Your reasoning is completely gone. And that is when then whatever you do is all a wrong action. And the repercussions will not be understood at that moment in time, but in the future, you are going to face the consequences. And then I was dumb stuck and I didn't know what to do. So I called my Krishna Guruji. I told him, you know what? I have deleted that entire folder. I was very angry. This happened probably a year back, and I don't know what to do now. And I still remember it was somewhere around 7:30 p.m. in the evening. I was sitting with I was sitting on my desk. My Guruji was online. He was in India at that time. And then he was talking to me, and you know what? He listened, and yeah, of course, he gave me a peace of mind, for sure, for my stupidity. He said, how can you be so stupid? Why would you do that? He says, see, that's why he keep telling you, don't do anything when you're angry. So anger is the doorway to hell. Lord Shri Krishna has very beautifully explained in Bhagwad Gita. But yet, do we understand? Do we overcome? That's a problem. So though you understand, though you know that you're not supposed to get angry, yet we go and do the same thing. So where is the sadhana happening? Which means you have to put so much more effort. And then he says, okay, you know what he suddenly did? As he gave me a peace of mind, and then he said, open your computer. The document is there. Go bring it. I said, it's next to impossible. This is exactly what I said. It is next to impossible because I have even deleted it from my recycle bin. And he's like, open your computer right now. Go bring your drive. Go get your drive. The document is very much there. I am saying, Then in that state, I was crying. I was thinking, what is my Guruji saying? How can that come back? This is stupidity. Human mind, mind was very active. I'm just thinking, how can that document be back? I have deleted it, I am saying. He insisted, go bring the drive. So I went and bought the drive and I connected it. He says, open it, it is there. Just open and see. And then I opened that folder and I went to a particular folder. I'm like, oh my God. I said, oh Lord, what is this? Yes, the folder is back. I said, no, I had deleted it from my own hands, and it's also deleted from the recycle bin. How is this back? And then I understood the power of my Guru. Then the lesson, it said it's not the object is created, and then this they say the sound came. Sorry, I can't remember, but what I'm trying to say here, it is the words that create the objects. So when your Guru said that it is there, that object exists over there. It is the power of his words and the faith that you need to have in him. And I literally cried. I cried so much, my heart out. I told him, I'm extremely sorry. I'm terribly sorry for what I have done. And then I opened up and all the documents intact. And this is the truth. I saw the power that he has. But please remember, he will never ever use his power. He doesn't have to use his power. The Ashta Siddhis are around him. This entire universe works for him. Maya works for him. Maya is adheen to the Lord. It's not the other way around. So remember, the only way to overcome Maya is through the grace of the Guru. When the Guru is pleased, the Brahman is pleased. And that is when he will remove that delusion out of your life. So Maya will not trouble you anymore. But till the time you have that even iota, that's not 99%, 99.99% faith. It is 100%. Even if you have that iota of that doubt, you're still not going to be able to overcome Maya. This is the truth. You think, the God cannot shower his grace? Of course he will shower, but when you have demonstrated that you're worthy enough, the deservability is not for us to judge. The deservability has to be judged by the divine Lord Almighty. And that is why we are nobody to judge whether somebody is deserving or not deserving, because we don't know their past, present, or the future. Only the Guru knows who they are, what is their past, what is their present, what is their future. And that is why he bestows certain things, he does certain things with certain people. We are nobody to judge him. We cannot judge why he's giving someone, not giving someone. It is none of our business to judge him. And then I was speechless. I honestly couldn't get over it. I didn't know what hit me that evening, and I was in that state for a few days. I just couldn't get over it. And this is the truth. And I've seen the power of my Guruji. And there has been a time, I can give you another example as well, when I had no job for a year and a half. And at that time, living out of whatever that I had saved, it was a very tough time. But I wouldn't even say tough. It was challenging. It was not tough because my Krishna Guruji, my God, never let anything befall me. He sailed me through that entire year and a half. I didn't even have any pain to deal with. Everything was so beautiful. Like he said, what? God always ensures you get food, clothing, shelter. The basic necessities are always met. So there was no trouble, nothing. It was the most beautiful year of my life. And during that time, I think he had visited someone, and that someone had offered him a small packet of offering. It had some money in there as a Guru Dakshina. So he just came and handed over the packet with me. And during the time, we happened to do some pilgrimage. And that packet was exactly there with me. I had not even opened it up. I just opened, I saw some offering was there. I said, okay, we will use it, during our travel. So I had kept it in my handbag. I never counted how much money was there in that packet. And then you wouldn't believe, okay? And every single time I would just blindly, I'm not counting, I'll just remove some money and offer it as dakshina, whatever that expenses were for the pilgrimage. Little stuff wherever in the temples, we would do the offerings, we would buy, prasad, all those different things we were doing, and I was using that money. And you wouldn't believe, the money kept coming. I'm like, I've never counted. I didn't even open to check how much money was there. But I just know somewhere it just kept coming. I just, when I removed few notes, I paid, and then I saw that I didn't see how much was it or not. And it just kept coming. This is the truth. How it works, magic. And it's amazing. I don't know how to explain or describe these things. See, till you don't experience yourself, you will not understand what I'm saying. Similarly, there's another example. One day, my Krishna Guruji met someone, and this is way back in time. And at that time, the Guruji said to him, give me 10 rupees. This person didn't have a penny in his, literally not even a rupee in his wallet. And he says, of course, give me 10 rupees, you should have. He said, no, I don't even have a rupee. He said, can you just open your purse? And when this person opened his purse, oh my God, there was 1,000 rupees note. And he literally was in tears. So this is how it works. The Guru's words makes that object come. It exists. That is the power of your Guru's words. That is why we say, when your Guru says something, you have to obey. Do not disrespect the words of your Guru, because he knows what is going to come to be. Even if something is not there, he will make that happen. And see, not just me, many of us, at least I have though, in the initial stages, what does my Guruji know? He doesn't know anything about IBM. Why is he saying this? So, see, we think we understand the material world perfectly, but what we don't understand is that the master, he's the master of both material and spiritual world. Rather, he's the master of all the worlds. Only he knows it, but our ego thinks that we know too much. And at that time, I used to wonder, oh, he doesn't even know what happens in the corporate world because he's never worked for a corporate. How would he know? That was my stupidity. That is my ignorance. So what does the guru do? In the material world, he's removing your imperfections. And this is what he did with me. He removed all the imperfections that I had in the material world. Even today, he continues doing it because it's never ending. See, the learning is never ending because you will keep learning. Every single day he removes my imperfection in the material world, and when this imperfection removes, you will come to perfect understanding the truth about life. And when you understand the truth about life, you will accept everything the way it is, and you will understand there is no need to struggle to live this life. There is no need to fight with something, or even with your mind, to agree or disagree. You will become contented. You will find happiness in everything that you have, the way you are, who you are. You will feel truth. Truth, truth means it's the word is contentment, but it also means you're just satisfied. You're not asking for more. You're not craving for more. You don't need anything. You're just so happy. That is called the blissful state. You're not affected by what people say or don't say. You don't have any expectations from anyone. You're not also imposing, saying that things should happen like this. It has to happen my way. No, you'll understand it is only the way of the divine Lord Almighty. Then there is no other way. It is only one way, and that is Lord's way alone. The way of life, Bhagwad Gita, Uddhav Gita, or you name anything. Everything that Lord Shri Krishna has taught, that is the way. And when you walk that path, you're full. You're full of yourself. You're complete within you. And then you're not craving anything. At that time, you will serve this entire universe, and then you will be able to see God in everybody. But coming to that state is important. So what does the guru do? He's removing your material worldly imperfection, and in the spiritual, he's perfecting your spiritual knowledge. He's making you to get to that perfect understanding of the spiritual truth. So this is what he does. So you need to listen to him. When he says go do this, you will be able to write. And okay, again, I can only tell about myself, some of the experiences. When I believe that I cannot write, I don't know technology, I am not from engineering background, I used to say this to my Guruji. And you know what he said? No, you're capable. You can. You've worked practically, you have done this job. Why can't you write? And he said, forget about it. You have already written it. You did this for another company where you were working. Why can't you do it for yourself? Let me tell you, my first article, just to bring me out of that mindset, my negativity, because I believe that when people have said that I am not a techie or I'm not an engineering grad, that has hurt me. Somewhere subconsciously I've accepted that I am not capable. Who has told this? The mind. See, the mind will always show you the downside of it. But my Guruji is saying, go right. But I didn't do. And he'll always say, you have a starting trouble. You know what he did? He wrote my first article on LinkedIn and said, go publish this now. And after that, slowly, he will give me topics and then say, he'll give me, okay, go study this. He'll also tell me what is happening new and say, go do your research. He had to put so much more effort, drive me up the wall, beat me to pulp till the time I didn't do it. And after that, it is in slow motion. He'll always say, you're in slow motion. Now he'll say, I'll give you targets you need to meet. No, but why? I'm not doing it because I'm giving into my mind. I am going slow. And then what happens? Slowly, he brought me out of it. And finally, it was a eureka moment one day. He told me, can you go and look at some of your, connects. How do they write? What do they do? Go study and you will find. And he gave me a very specific contact of a professor. And then he said, go learn about this person. He's your first connect on LinkedIn. Go learn, see what he does. Go do, and you have already done this. So what I didn't understand is how to do it for myself. And my Guruji is telling me, but my mind is not willing to listen, not put that effort. Why? Because my mind doesn't want me to progress. See, can you see how your mind becomes a block in your life for your progress? It is your own worst enemy. Remember this. So you have to make it your friend. How would you make? When you respect and when you're obedient of the Guru's words. What is being said here? Implicit obedience to the Guru. Implicit obedience. So when you obey your Guru, because he knows what you're capable of, who are you to judge yourself, or who is anybody in the world to judge you? Nobody. The Guru knows who you are. The Guru can judge you because he knows exactly what you're capable of or what you're not capable of. And he knows he will make you even, forget about you. He can make anybody spout, rather, spiritual, scriptural knowledge. That is the power he holds. But he doesn't want to make a magic and give you that. No, you have to put your self-effort because you need to empower the divine Lord within you. What comes, it should never be given easy. See, like in Jnaneshwar's case, he made the buffalo chant the Vedas. That is the power, that is the bhakti, that is the power of being on that highest spiritual wheel. Rather, it's not a wheel, rather he's God Almighty. He's an avatar of Lord Shri Krishna himself. So there's nothing like he had to attain any spiritual wheel. But as a body, he has done his sadhana. He has gone through the tapas. Tap means he has burned himself. He has worn out himself to attain that highest spiritual wheel as a body. But he is Lord himself. Okay, so there's nothing impossible for him. So that is what Jnaneshwar was able to do, and it's very powerful. Likewise, you will read in Guru Charitra how Guru Nath will make one, an ordinary person who is from a low caste, narrate the Vedas. He'll have I think there's a debate they will do with some scholared being. That is the power that the Guru holds. So what makes you think you can't do it? And then what, after that, my Guruji would give me targets. But it's me, it's because of my mind. I have taken a long time to progress. Even today, that is the story. But that is something I will have to overcome. Till I don't empower myself, there is nobody who can do anything. But my Guruji is not going to do miracles. He's not going to, make magic like that. Because till I don't empower the God within me, what is the use of the spiritual knowledge? Why does God manifest and teach all this? He's saying because you have the divine power within you, which you are not unraveling. You're letting your mind make you a crass human being. This is the whole aspect of spirituality, right? To understand that I am the spirit, I am not this body. And trust me, since then my Guruji has not stopped. He's not given up on me. He drives me up the wall every single day. He'll say, yeah, you're going ahead, but you're slow. You have to speed up. You have to buck up. So this is what is important. So where is the lacuna? The lacuna is with me because I have to put so much more effort. That is what it is. And please remember, when he said that I am capable of writing, which means that capability is already there because his word has already created that. But where am I even listening? I'm listening to my mind. That is why my Guruji will say, the wall between you and me is your mind. The day you break this wall, you would have attained me. That is the most important lesson for us to understand. Not to listen to the mind. Obedience, implicit obedience to the Guru is a very, very important thing. We don't understand the power of this. The implicit faith. Implicit obedience. Obedience means the moment Guruji says, my Guruji will say, if my Gurudev tells me do this, it is, I keep sar aakhon pe, here your word is my command master, and then you have to go and do immediately. Such is the highest of the disciple, the perfection that the disciple should have. But we don't want to listen. The moment the Guruji says something, we have to disobey him. Obedience, oh my God, zero. All of us fail in that. The Guru saying, respect him, obey him. He's not going to be there forever. Yeah, see, in his subtle form, he's always going to be there. He's always going to take care of us. His grace is around us. But that is not the point. We have to earn him that respect when he is alive, not when he's dead and gone. What use is it when he's dead and gone? If we can't live the teachings now and make our Guruji proud, what use is to being with the Guru itself, That is the question you have to ask yourself. Why are you wasting your life then? Why are you wasting his time and everything? He has put a lot of effort in you. Why can't you do it? So doing is a must. See, the problem with us is doership. What is Bhagwad Gita all about? Lord Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna, lift your bow and arrow and shoot. But no, Arjuna will also have to come till 18th chapter to do that. Similarly, we are also, this body is the Arjuna who needs to listen to Lord Shri Krishna and just do it. When my Guruji said, go, you can write, you will be able to write. Why am I believing that I can't write? So who's the fault? I am. Because when the word has come from my Gurudev's mouth, I will be able to do this. So he's already given me his blessing. But who is stopping that? Me. My own mind is stopping. So I am responsible for my downfall. That is why Lord Shri Krishna says, you are your own best friend or you are your own worst enemy. Who do you want to be? Be your best friend. Make me your best friend. Please remember, in this world, there is no father, mother, friend, foe, anybody. But the one mother, one father, the brother, sister, relative, friend, everything is the divine Lord Almighty, because he only cares about your well-being. There is nobody else in this world who cares about you so much as this Gurudev of yours. So obey. Implicit faith unto him is a must. This is a very, very, very important lesson if you have to attain that spiritual perfection or if you have to attain God realization. Without this implicit faith unto the Guru or implicit obedience unto the Guru, you cannot go anywhere. This is the truth. Guru Charitra is this, and in this it is also explaining the nature of this Guru, how you have to be and what is this nature, how does he make things happen, so that when you understand this truth, you will be able to stop your mind from giving any negatives or creating doubts or trying to tell you that something is wrong or whatever that in your mind talks nonsense. You will be able to stop it right there, saying stop, shut up. That is what you will be able to do. And you will obey your Gurudev to the T. You will follow his command to your highest ability and you will execute that job. And my Krishna Guruji will say, even today I don't have this one single person who can be this, which is the truth. Because we are all fallible, mortal beings, still believe that we are this body. Why do we need to think I am this body? What is there in this body? See, this body is just a vehicle. It has only two things to achieve. One is one purpose is, the highest goal is to attain your spiritual will, which is God realization. And the second is to serve the purpose, which is the divine purpose, which is your Swadharma. But where are we doing? No, we are very lost in our own world and trying to overcome poor Guruji. You know how much he wears out for us. The moment he has initiated, he has to take all your garbage. You think his position is very good? Of course not. I wouldn't even want to be a guru, or I don't even want to covet his position. It's the most toughest thing. See, it's very sitting in this hot seat, whatever you want to call it, very easy to, spout out. It comes, the words are of the Guru's wisdom. I don't even have this knowledge. I am not even capable. But whose wisdom is this? It is the grace of the Guru, because he anoints me and tells me, when he gives this book in my hand and says, go expound, the words come from my mouth. But whose words are it? It is the words of my Guruji's wisdom. This body is incapable. Then why am I thinking that I am somebody great? No, I is not great. Thou art great. That is the truth. Thou are everything. Thou art great. But what happens? The mind comes very strong. That is why we have to overcome. And the only way is through that sadhana, the discipline. That you have to put your effort. Nobody can, put that effort. Nobody can walk that path for you. Only you yourself can walk that path for you. So these are some stories which I've given from my own, I've recounted from my own life, which I've experienced with my Krishna Guruji. The power of who the Guru is, I've experienced. I'm sure each one of his disciples also have their own experiences. Obviously, I don't know, but they will be able to resonate or relate to what I'm speaking, because everybody has their own experience with my Guruji. They have experienced their aspect of the divinity in him. See, whatever your innermost being wishes, that Ishta, you can experience in your master. In my Guruji, you want to see Buddha, Sai Baba, Dattatreya, Manik Prabhu, any form you can experience, because he is the formless being. He is an unmanifest. The body is just a vehicle. The body has no value. It is only serving a purpose of teaching. What is Guru Nath doing with manifesting on this planet Earth? He is only doing two things. Establishing or ensuring the upliftment of people in the spiritual wheel, and also spiritual regeneration he's doing. And what is the other thing he does? He ensures that those who are the spiritual aspirants are put on their path, and those in the material world are shown how to live a righteous life. This is all they come for. Beyond that, they don't have anything else to achieve. What is the use? You tell me. This material world is nothing but unreal. It is Maya. Why do we need to get carried away in sensual pleasures? I'll tell you, I was watching, these days in Netflix, if you just turn on Netflix, you will see some very funny kind of programs that is there. The soaps. They say, what Bollywood housewives or Hollywood housewives and the rich, how does the super rich live? What is all this talking about? All this is talking about the lust and greed, the wealth that they have. What use is it going and buying a bottle of perfume that is going to cost $14,000? Are you kidding me? $14,000 for a bottle of perfume? I rather use that, donate in this world. There are people who don't even have don't even get a square meal a day to eat. They don't even have a pair of clothes, a shelter under their head. And what are we talking? Splurging in $14,000 for a perfume? Forget about that. The best part is they have a gold slip-on and diamond-studded shoes. Oh my God. Diamond-studded shoes? I thought diamonds are, at least if you adorn to the divine, you'll admire him. Of course, the divine Lord doesn't even care about the diamonds. He cares two hoots to all the, all these stuff. It doesn't even matter to him. But at least you adorn the divine Lord Almighty. You admire him. It's at least you see his beauty. You appreciate it. What use is it on your footwear? Diamond-studded footwear, a gold-plated footwear. Oh my God! So this is what is happening today. And who is the cause of this? Why it is happening? Because we are in the Kali Yuga. And who is doing this? The Kali Purusha. Two weapons. Lust, greed. Enough for you to go into the gutters. There's not too much effort even required. So why are you falling prey to that? When you have the Guru, value him. It's I don't know how to say. It's like a jackpot you have hit. Because the Guru has found you and you have been initiated. That getting an initiation itself is such a powerful thing. Handful of people get initiated. So when you have been initiated, don't waste your life. Don't get into lust and greed. Then what is the point in getting initiated? Otherwise you have to become that, like the Brahmin, in Samat Ramdas Maharaj's story, there is a Brahmin who wants to be with a Guru where he gets good food to eat. And then he'll say, I want to spit your mantra. Then he's neither, not in the spiritual world, not in the material world. He doesn't get any weal at all. He has only become once he dies, he'll become a ghost and only keep wandering. That's all. That's all your life will become. So why do you want to get lost in lust and greed? There is no need. You don't have to do that. When you have been initiated, it is a boon, it's a blessing. Very few people in this world get that. Hardly handful of them. So be very grateful for that initiation, because your Gurudev has taken all your garbage on him to say himself. And don't go and create more gutters for him to suffer. And that way we will send him very fast from this planet Earth. That is what we'll do. Don't commit anything that is going to affect your Gurudev. Even getting angry or upset, it is not right. Don't go and fall into the gutters, because you don't know what kind of sins you're committing. My Guru knows. Krishna Guruji knows. Your Guru knows. So don't do that, because they are wearing themselves out to ensure that you don't suffer any karma. The consequences of karma is never understood by you. And that is why. So implicit obedience is very important. And what else is saying? Unquestioning faith. Don't question the Gurus. Never ever question, because please understand, no matter what the Guru is doing, he's doing it for your good alone, rather good of every other being. He only cares about everybody's well-being. That is the truth. And here you saw the power of the Guru. He just said, go milk the buffalo. You think the buffalo will not milk? Of course she will milk. What makes you think anything is impossible in this world? But you need to have that faith and walk that path. See, obstacles will come. Please remember one most important thing. When you are on the path of spirituality, when you are journeying that path, obstacles are going to come. But please remember, you have the grace of that Guru, whose power is so strong that no Maya can even disturb you. The Maya or Kali Purusha will never disturb the Guru Putra, Guru Putris. one who are devoted to the Guru, this Maya will not disturb you and the Kali Purusha, but provided you put that effort, you have the bhakti, you have that obedience and shraddha and bhakti and saburi unto the lotus feet of your Guru. And if you don't have that, then you are on your own. Nobody else can save you. Destiny will take over. Please remember, you go one word against the Guru, the destiny rules your world. This is the truth. And don't think, oh, I come and tell, my Guruji has said okay to it. Please, the Guruji just gives in to you. You need to understand, your Guruji is never going to accept to certain things. But you know what? Sometimes he'll say, the Gurus are, again, one of the nature of the Guru you need to know. He will let you fall down and make you go through that lesson, learn the hard way. You know why? Till the time you're not being given two tight slaps, your mind is not going to sudrav. Sudrav means it's never going to, change. It is never going to come on track. It's like a kutte ka dum, dog's tail which doesn't want to straighten. So the only way to straighten it is to give it a two tight slap so that it doesn't go and commit that same mistake ever again. And then it is very careful. Then it will listen to the words of what your Guru's command. So why do you want to go through that painful process? Don't challenge Maya. Don't challenge destiny. Please remember, the Guru is ever protecting you. So be very gracious and grateful to your master. And I have so far spoken only about those who have the Gurus. And those who don't have the Gurus, you seek the grace. But please remember, even if you don't have the Guru, you can still, say example, today your Ishta might be Sai Baba or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Ji or Ramana Maharishi. See, they might not be physically talking to you, but please remember, when you have accepted them as their Guru, they are still in their subtle form are taking care of you. How they work, they work through this universe. They can take any form and still give you that knowledge, that understanding, and continue to protect you. Please remember this. This is the truth of Guru Bhakti. Whether your Guru is physically present or not, he's there ever, with you, within you. That is the faith. You can manifest him at any time with the power of your bhakti. Guru Bhakti and Guru Seva is the only way to spiritual sadhana, the fructification of spiritual sadhana. And sadhana, you have to continue to do it till a time comes when you will be able to, do it effortlessly. So this is the truth about who your master is. Every single day when we are doing Guru Charitra, we are learning one of his natures, and how do we, as when we are disciples and the devotees of these great masters, how do we be? What should we do? See, all these anecdotes and stories and leelas are only there so that we understand how to live with the master, how to evolve on the path of spirituality. And you also have to understand sometimes what are the pitfalls that is there and how to obey your Guru's command, how to have implicit faith and complete surrender unto the lotus feet of your Guru. This is the most important truth that you need to understand. So this story narrates the power of the words of your Guru. Don't discount even a single word that comes from your Guru's mouth. He is not having a conversation. When the Guru opens the mouth, the only truth, gospel truth, every word is gospel truth. Param Satya comes from his mouth. So don't waste his existence. So don't try to come and talk to a Guru as though you're having a friendly conversation. See, the Gurus do that, okay? They are not going to tell you their teaching. Sometimes they will keep talking about different stories. Why? Because they have to impart certain knowledge to you. They know what you have come and what you are seeking. You don't even have to open your mouth and say. So they will give you that knowledge. But even otherwise, don't think you're having a conversation. He's not some ordinary human being sitting and having a conversation. In all of his conversations, he's only teaching you. The one thing he does is teach, impart the profound truth. Two important things, don't forget. In the material world, he's removing your imperfections. And in the spiritual, he's perfecting your spiritual knowledge. This is the truth you need to understand. So, the news of the miracle which Guru Nath performed in the poor Brahmin's house spread among all the people of the town and around. It also reached the ears of the king. Veneration and devotion to Guru Nath started growing in people's heart. I'll tell you a most important reason. See, there are different things to this. Even with this one incident, the Guru Nath does different things. One is, he's redeeming the poor Brahmin, the poverty of the poor Brahmin couple. Number one, okay, that is the grace he's bestowing them because they need to get that grace. Number two, what he's doing is by creating this, by performing this miracle, he's also establishing the faith in the divinity. It's not that people have to believe Guru Nath, but that's only way to establish the faith. In fact, Sai Baba's Poti, in one of the chapters, Baba said, the reason for any gurus or some great beings to perform this miracle is only to establish the faith in the God. Because people feel that there is no God, there is nothing that happens. So the only reason is for them to establish that faith, they do this. And third thing, what is the reason? Because now he has allowed people to come and meet him, through this one miracle, the whole world will flock. You know why? Because people only care about miracles. So everybody will come. 99.99% of the people will come to the Guru Nath for wanting stuff. They come with their begging bowl. But there will be 0.1% who will come to seek spiritual wheel. They will want to learn spirituality from Guru Nath. That is why they will come. So the Guru will want to find those disciples. So he now allows everybody to come to him. And he will fulfill as many wishes as he wants. See, remember, he's a Kamadhenu, he's a Kalpataru, he's everything. He's a Kalpavriksha, you name it. He's all the wish-fulfilling tree. And he's the Parasmani himself. And what is the Parasmani doing now? The Parasmani will wait for its disciples, to whom he will want to make another Parasmani of himself before he leaves this material world, this manifest world of his. That is the truth about why this one miracle is performed. I hope you understood today's lesson. Don't ever discount anything that your Guru says, even whether you believe or not. Please remember, his words are gospel truth. Don't discount it. Evolve on the path of spiritual and the material world. And please remember, when you are in spiritual, and this is the first time my Krishna Guruji said, now there is no material world. In your world, everything is spiritual world. But you have to get to that stage. And from there on, evolving that journey is a different level. And at that time, the Guru is teaching you. The Guruji is very compassionate. They will teach you. They will watch you. They will leave you sometime. They will let you fall. Sometimes they will hold you. Sometimes they will pull you. They know everything. They will take care of you. You don't have to worry about anything. Just obey their command and do what they are asking you to do. Do not disobey the Guru. Implicit obedience and unquestioning faith. Unflinching faith. Please have that. When you do this, your grace is there and you will evolve, you will evolve on your path of spiritual and you will attain the Guru Bhakti. And God realization will happen on its own when the time is right. So don't even bother about what the end result is going to be. Just do what you're asked to do. That is all it is. Then veneration and devotion to Guru Nath started growing in people's hearts. So what is the Guru doing? He's that Kamadhenu, Kalpataru. He's that Parasmani. He is blessing people so that the devotion can be established in their hearts and they can, redeem themselves from all their karmas and sins. The Brahmin couple thereafter frequently used to go to Amraja Sangam to offer prayers and worship to Guru Nath. Thus ends the 22nd chapter of Sri Guru Charitra describing Vandhya Mahishi Dohanam. Glory to the all-merciful, the omnipresent and the ever-responsive Guru Nath. With this, we end this chapter. See you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for joining Sri Guru Charitra Parayan. Om Shri Mahaganapate Namaha. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Digambara Digambara Shripad Vallabha Digambara. Om Shri Krishna Guru Nath Natha Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Devi Durgaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Namastu. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum.